Recording live from the Northeast Georgia Business RadioX studio, this is Northeast Georgia Business Radio. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to Northeast Georgia Business Radio. I'm your host, Tom Sheldon, and yes, we are coming to you from the beautiful Empower College and Career Center of Jackson County. Another beautiful day in Georgia. I have with me a very cool guest. This guy handles things that, honestly, I'm into. So we've already hit it off pretty well before we even got started. But I have with me Mr. Ray Pastoric of Top End Motors. Ray, welcome to the Northeast Georgia studio.
Well, thank you, Tom. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Man, you do a car stuff, man.
Yes, I do. And it's actually
Love it.
About the only thing I know. I've been doing it my whole life.
I hear you. Now, let's see. You do a little. You sell some cars. You store some cars.
Correct.
You do all kinds of stuff, man.
Yeah. My background is on the service side. So
Okay.
I pretty much just try to help people
Right.
with their cars in whatever capacity. And over the years, that has been different. Buying and selling, if somebody's looking for a car, I can specifically find something that they're interested in, down to the color or things like that, or consign a car if they don't want to go through the hassle of having people come to their house to kick the tires. I can do it.
That's why a lot of people don't sell their vehicles. They don't move their vehicles. They don't want people coming to the house.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I'm probably in that boat. Now, you're in Brazelton.
I am, correct.
You're in the shadow of Road Atlanta.
Yes, directly. You go through
Literally.
If you are on the track and you miss turn one, you go through the woods, you'll run into our building.
Hit Ray's building, you went too far. That's not funny. I'm a big race fan. That's not. That's not.
It doesn't happen there.
That's not funny.
They're all pros.
Yeah. It's not always their fault. Sometimes it's mechanical, but
That's true.
I'm with you. All right, cool, man. Hey, all right, let's talk shop. Now, you are a pre-owned dealer.
Correct.
You will, but you also locate. Can someone come to you and say, Ray, find me an 03 Mustang Cobra?
I could do it.
Really?
Yes, I can, yeah. So I've got ways to do searches, and I've got availability of auctions of all over the country, basically.
Gotcha. Now, do you shake these cars down?
Yes, I do. I mean, a lot of these...
Your background service.
It is.
So you know if a car is worth having.
Yes.
Or if there's issues.
Yeah.
Or both.
I've actually been a ASE certified master technician for probably 35 years.
Gotcha.
And I've maintained it. I haven't always worked on the cars that long, but I've maintained that. So knowing what to look for just from experience helps tremendously.
Absolutely. How long have you been doing this, man?
Working with Top End Motors.
Well, the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Automotive industry.
It's been 40 years.
Wow.
Before I graduated from high school, I started in a...
You grew up in this.
I did. My older brother got me the job because he was in the automotive business.
Nice.
And started rebuilding radiators and radiator shop and went on from there. A couple of great guys I learned a lot from, and then moved on to different things.
I hear you. Now, you also store cars. You don't just find them and sell them.
Correct.
But you store them. And this is not just some lean-tos you have on the back 40.
That is correct. We've got a nice size facility, warehouse.
It's climate controlled, ain't it?
It is.
Awesome.
So going into this, we knew we wanted to make something that was very nice. So
Little elite. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
It is a warehouse, but we painted the beams. They're not all that red oxide. We had the floors polished, painted everything, created a nice lounge area. It is climate controlled, security system.
Nice.
So we've got, spots that are set up for cars, and, you could have a car in there for months or something go in and out frequently that people drive, but it's filtered air. They stay clean.
Right.
So it's...
Now, you maintain them while you have them a little bit, don't you?
Correct. We do have that. If
I've done my homework on you, man. I've checked you out. But
if the customers would like,
you just don't stick it in a corner and forget about it.
Correct. We have battery tenders. We monitor the batteries, tire pressures.
There's a lot more to it that you guys
correct. do. If you were to come in and take your car out for the afternoon, for example,
right?
You drop one off. We can pull that one in your spot.
Nice.
You take your car out, come back. If you get a couple of specks of dirt on your carpet, we'll vacuum it all off.
Even better.
Put it back in the spot and put the battery
cool.
tender back on. Make sure everything's working properly.
So you're taking care of the babies while the owner's away.
Yes.
Hey, I know how cars can be babies. Trust me. I understand it. But now I want to hear about this lounge though you've got. You got it's a guest lounge, right?
Correct.
But you got some cool stuff in there.
Yes, we also.
This is not just a waiting room with a little coffee maker.
Well, we do have that. But
Well, yeah, but you got a little bit more than that.
So the concept behind it was another leg between the dealership and the storage was to have an area for a car club.
Okay.
It has not fully developed yet, but we are still trying to get that going. So
We'll talk about that in a moment. Yeah.
But that's where that lounge setup is.
That's where it begins.
Correct.
But you have a simulator in there?
We do.
I heard that right.
Yes, and it is fun.
I bet it is. What kind of simulator is it?
They're made here right in Marietta, Georgia. It's SimCraft.
Really?
So the one we have is an Apex 3, so it's a full motion simulator. It's got 3 screens on it.
So it lurches and rolls.
Correct.
Oh, that's cool, man.
If you spin out, the wheel will spin in your hand just like in a real car.
It'll break your wrist just like a real car.
It could.
Lovely. Is it road racing? Is it just like a regular passenger car? Do you get to set what it is you're quote unquote driving?
Yes, you can. It has
That's
the capability of. It's almost endless capability.
Nice.
So when we open
Different
up
cars,
the software,
what track? Do you go on tracks or?
Yes, we do.
Nice.
We open up the software. There's probably 40 different softwares to choose from. We use iRacing.
Okay.
And then iRacing has multiple tracks around the world.
Right.
All different cars. Right. You can have a NASCAR. You can have a Formula One car. You can have a Kia.
Late models, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So generally, I'll run Road Atlanta because it's right next door.
Right,
So.
of course. Now, do you by chance compete yourself in iRacing?
I do not.
You do not?
Not yet.
I've never had the opportunity to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid that would be a very expensive hobby.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. That's why I've not done it.
But, sometimes work gets in the way a little bit, so I don't get to play with it as much. But when I do, it is fun.
Well, you're going to have to just schedule that, I got a 3 o'clock appointment. With who? Mm-hmm. Simulator. Can I come work for you, Ray?
Sure can.
I'm just saying. You can pay me in simulator hours. That'd be awesome. It'd be awesome. All right, so now you mentioned the car club, and it's not off the ground yet. You're working on that. But this is going to be, did I say that right? Car club, it's more than that.
Correct.
But this is going to be something very exclusive. You've told me a little bit about it.
I did, but it's been difficult, and we're not sure if we can actually pull it off. So one of the main things we'd like to do is get a group of people, like-minded people, that can use the facility. There's conference room, there's offices, there's a simulator, there's our showroom can be converted into an event center if somebody wanted to do something like that.
Oh, really? That's got to be convenient right by the speedway.
Oh, definitely.
By the track, yeah.
One of our original ideas was to get a handful of cars that the members can rent from us for on-road driving.
Gotcha.
But we're finding that the insurance portion of it and some of the liability portions of it may make it either very difficult to do or cost prohibitive.
I bet that could get pricey.
If they were just regular cars, it'd be one thing, but when you start talking some high-end cars...
Yeah, you're not talking about, I don't know, a Ford Fusion.
No.
You're not talking just a regular Mustang or a Camaro there is no regular Corvette. Those are your high-end too, but you're talking about some exotic cars.
Correct.
Quote-unquote expensive cars.
And, we do have some that we purchased for that, but
Right.
we're not sure. So we got, a C8 Corvette, we've got a McLaren, we've got a GT350R Mustang. We
Nice.
talk about Mustangs, so...
Oh, yeah, big Mustang guy. Man, I like it. But you're still working on that.
Yeah, we're still working on that. If we can pull it off, we will. If we can't with the car part, we're still going to pursue with the club and for events and things like that.
Gotcha. So what kind of feedback have you gotten from clients? And you are on social media, right?
I am no expert with social media.
I'm not either.
But we are
fake
on
it
yes.
really well.
I need a little help with that.
But you are on Facebook.
We are. We're on Facebook and I think on Instagram and got some good social media presence and get involved with different activities. Member of the Chateau Elan Military Foundation car show.
Nice.
So I try to help out with that. We've gone to different charity events and car shows and stuff. So, try to help in the automotive business.
I imagine race weekends, or race week. It's not really a weekend anymore. When Petit Le Mans comes, I imagine that's a big moment for you.
It is. Yeah, being right around the
Are
corner.
you involved at all with events and?
As we're growing, we are becoming more involved with that.
Awesome.
So it is a place where people can meet and also hang out and step away from the race for a little bit, especially Petit Le Mans being a long race. Sometimes you need to take a break. So it is a comfortable place to do that.
It sounds like it. And you have a simulator. I'm impressed with the simulator, Ray.
Most people are.
I'm impressed with that. And you don't just have a rig; you have the whole shooting match. It's very cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's very cool.
They even put a little fan in there because if you're there long enough, you'll
You'll
work
sweat
up a
your
sweat.
tail off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you will. So now tell me, what is an ideal client for you? I don't like to ever say anyone because that's not true. Where's your market at?
I will help anybody. The ideal client is somebody that wants to enjoy their cars.
Okay.
Very busy, would like to just hop in their car and go.
Gotcha.
Example of somebody I know that had car lifts in the garage, 2-car garage with 4 cars and 2 lifts.
Mm-hmm.
So he would think, I think I want to take this car out. But when it comes down to it, it'd be 2 hours to get the car down from the top because he's got to jump start the car, put air in the tires,
get ready to go,
lower it down, clean it all off because it's dusty. 2 hours has gone by and he hasn't even gotten in the car yet.
Right.
So that's kind of where we help out. Or if you got a homeowners association that doesn't allow cars in the driveway and
fight that all the time.
Things like or boats. We've got boats and stuff. So it's the ideal client is looking for somebody with the convenience. They just want to be able to get in, go, and enjoy it. Because our motto is life is about experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So you can ask me what I had for dinner last Wednesday night. I couldn't have a clue. But all you have to say is Corvette to me or Mustang, and it brings back many memories. So
you're related to that. I kind of do that. So that's with you on that.
That's what we'd like to do to help people. So make it easy to go out and enjoy their cars.
I like it. Now you mentioned lifts. Tell me a little bit about that because now you have lifts in your storage facility.
Correct.
You have cars up on lifts.
Yeah, we have storage lifts, and then we also have a service lift.
That doubles your capacity more or less.
Correct. So you can
put a car underneath it
and park underneath.
And put it on top. I got you. I like the fact that y'all keep up with the vehicle while you have it.
That does help tremendously.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
The worst thing for a vehicle is sitting, right?
Correct.
The batteries go dead, tires square up, they go flat. But you're helping to stop that, or at least slow it down.
To slow it down, yeah, definitely.
What about fluids? I've always heard gas is going to go bad in 6 months, and personally, I don't necessarily agree with that. I am no expert. We know that. Do you maintain the fluids in the vehicles and keep an eye on them?
It does not tend to go bad that quickly.
Good.
I'm also, just again, based on my experience.
Well, you have a ton of experience, man.
I do, but I'm also of the camp that you don't want to, go out and start a car once a week and just let it run for 10 minutes.
That's a bad thing.
I believe so.
Really? Okay.
Especially on an older car. When you start a car up and it's cold,
right,
it takes a lot more fuel, and like the old saying, set the choke.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot more fuel and gases and stuff that get in the exhaust. There's a lot of moisture that builds up. So you run it, it doesn't even get hot enough to burn that moisture off. So you got puddles in your exhaust system, and then it's just going to start rusting your muffler out and things like that, even on older cars.
See, I never thought of stuff like that.
So if you're going to go start a car, you're better off driving it for half an hour, getting it to full operating temperature, and then parking it in afterwards. If you're not going to be able to do that, let it sit for 3 months. As long as the battery's maintained and stuff, and then you get it out and drive it, you're going to get less of that gases building up in the engine and
Gotcha.
corrosive water in the exhaust system and things like that.
Oh, okay. I don't want to give your secrets away, man. I find all this intriguing. I love it. I love it. Tell me, what is the best way for people to get a hold of you? I know you got a website. I've checked it out, man. Websites are cool.
Yeah, we do have a couple websites. Top End Motors Incorporated is the dealership. Top End Motor Storage is another one. We've got Top End Motor Club.
Right. Coming soon.
That's the one that's coming soon.
That's going to be so cool. If you can pull that off, man, I think you can. I honestly think you can.
Yeah. We're also on Facebook, and I'm personally on Facebook, maybe one or two other things.
You're on Instagram, I think.
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
I see now the website is a top-endmotors.com.
Correct.
And then top-endmotorstorage.com.
Correct.
Both websites are beautiful, dude. So whoever did them for you, take them to lunch. Did you do them yourself?
I did not.
You did a great job. I'm just saying. All right, Ray.
Again, I know the cars, not the web or the social media.
I'm with you on that. All right, man. I've got a vehicle to store. Why do I want to? I'm going to give you the last word on all this. Why do I want to bring my baby to your location and have you more or less watch it for me?
It kind of ties into what we had talked about before. Again, it is a secure, safe, climate control location. I'm there all the time. Again, it's a convenience for you. And it's in a safe environment. Again, I do know vehicles, whether you know that. how much I know about them. It depends whether we talk about it. But again, having the access to the facility, coming in and seeing how clean the environment is. I like the race theme about some of these big race shops. Try to keep it spotless and clean, and it helps keep the cars clean. They stay clean that way. We do wash and clean stuff there. So, again, a convenient way to be able to enjoy your car and know it's in a safe place. When you need access to it, you have access to it.
So someone calls you up. I'm supposed to give you the last word, and I'm talking. Forgive me. So someone calls you up an hour or 2 hours that morning, say, hey, I'm going to pick the car up this evening, this afternoon.
Yes.
Is that usually a little bit of lead time?
Yeah, a little bit of lead time helps. So there's times where there isn't lead time, and we still make it happen. So.
But you have that lounge to hang out in.
That's true.
Oh. Mm-hmm. So people are calling up at the last second just so they can hang out in your lounge. I got to stop by and see that thing.
You do. You're welcome anytime.
Ray, did we miss anything?
I don't think we did.
That was almost 20 minutes, man. See, that went quick, didn't it?
It did. It did.
Piece of cake. Ray, I love what you're doing, man. It's very cool. You're in a world that I've loved since I was a little bitty kid. Yeah. So keep doing what you're doing, brother.
Well, again, it's all about personal relationships, and that's getting ties back in.
That's what we're doing.
If you want to bring your car in, I want to establish a personal relationship with that person or you, and know what your likes are and what you see in your car and what you enjoy about it, and help you with it.
Sounds good to me, man. Well, if we wrap that up, then I guess they're going to play my music. See, they play my music on me. Ray, it means I got to go. Ray Pastoric with Top End Motors. Ray, thank you so much.
Thank you again. It's been a pleasure.
You are always welcome, my friend. Folks, that's another great episode. I'm Tom Sheldon. We'll talk to you soon.